Luke, we spoke to you after the Europa League final, and you said you were sure after a long time at the club that Ruben Amorim was the right guy to take Manchester United back to the top. What is different about him? What about him makes you so sure of that?
No, I think his mentality, his demands. He's extremely tough on the group. I think, he leaves no stone unturned, and I think, there's no stragglers in this group anymore. I think everyone has to put the team first. He's made that very clear. I think, he's picking players on how he feels will be best for the team, and that's, his choice. And us as players, we're fully behind him and fully behind on his ideas and what he wants to implement in this team. And like I said, I think we feel like a real team, especially this pre-season. Since I've been back, the group is so together, and I think that's something that we need to keep to make us more of a family, and everyone all together, and we're all driving in the same direction.
A good friend of mine has said that you're world class at left-sided centre back and world class at left back. Are you training both of them positions in the Amorim system, or are you moving more towards that left centre back role as you get into the?
No, I don't know. I think that's a question for the boss, but I honestly don't mind. Obviously, I played left wing back before for England and stuff, and back in the days with Ollie and stuff. So I know that position well, but for me, it's about what the manager wants and what the team needs, and wherever the manager puts me. As long as I can stay fit, I'll always give everything I can for the team, and I feel like that's what I've always done.
How are you feeling personally? Obviously, last season, injuries-wise, wasn't one that you want to repeat, and then getting back into the team and coming back. And how does that sort of translate to next season? What are your goals personally, and what are the team's goals for next season? Do you have targets like league position, challenge for trophies, or is it just start playing football and get used to the manager system?
I think personally for me, I think I can't be any worse than I was last season. So, I was so low last season. Yeah. So I think anything but that is, I feel good. And I think especially this pre-season, obviously I didn't have a pre-season last season either. So I think it's really benefiting me to be able to just be fit and train with the team and get minutes. And, I'm really enjoying that. And like I said, aims-wise, I think the aim has to be win the Premier League. I know people will be questioning me for saying that after last season, but it has to be that. And it's not just me that thinks that. I'm sure the whole team, if you ask them, they all have the same aims. Even the manager, I'm sure he probably wouldn't say it in the press, but we all have to have the same beliefs and ambitions, and like I said, that real family sort of feeling together, and all strive for the same thing.
Luke, just off the back of that, do you think this current set of players are capable of winning the Premier League?
In my opinion, yeah. I do. I think, you look at our squad, we do have such a good squad. I think it's just about unlocking that, the potential that we have, and, finding ways of all being able to play together and, release, the potential that, I know our team has, I know our players have. I see it in training day in, day out, the quality that we have. We have such unbelievable players, and I think we do it on training, but I think it's time that we understand of building that and showing it in the games too, because I believe we can.
Well, the fans are right behind you and want you back at full fitness, so good luck for next season.
Thank you very much.
Thanks, guys. Obviously, nice run out last time round. What are your expectations for this time round, this game?
Another tough game, I think, in the conditions. I think a good game as well. I think Bournemouth are a really good side, so we're really looking forward to the game. Like I said, it's going to be tough, but this is what pre-season's for. Tough games to build on fitness and to get us in peak condition for when we face Arsenal in the first game of the season.
In terms of your own fitness, what are your expectations for this year? Obviously, given all that happened last time round.
Yeah, I think last year it was awful. It was not what I wouldn't wish it on anyone really. It was really tough for me, but I think I've got to put that behind me now. Focus on what's coming up. Focus on the future. And I think for me, my expectations are that I can stay fit and give the manager an option for whatever he may need.
A couple of new faces coming in as well. Is there a sense that this is like a kind of a breath of fresh air, like kind of a new start for everyone, given all that happened last season?
Yeah, no, of course. It's always nice to have new faces. And you know, they've been brilliant signings. They're brilliant players. They're going to add a lot to the group. I think not just on the pitch, but off the pitch in the group as well. They're very lively characters, which is always nice. But yeah, for me, the start of this pre-season, I already feel a different, you know, kind of vibe in the group. You know, from the ones that were here last season, it feels much more, you know, energised, and much more. Of course, we know how bad last season was, but like I said, I think everyone's put that behind us now, and you know, focus on making the environment as happy and, you know, as a good positive place that it can be, and I think that will help massively on the pitch too.
Part of this Premier League summer series, what will the players make of this? How are they enjoying the whole the setup?
Yeah, no, we love it. We love coming out to America. It's, you know, an amazing country, amazing fans, amazing people. So it's always a privilege for us to come here, enjoy the hot weather. We don't get a lot in Manchester, so it's nice, and yeah, no, we're really enjoying it, and yeah, we love being here.
Yes, coming into Chicago, welcome first of all. It's a very diverse crowd, fans coming all over the place, right? We're a very Latino community based. And obviously Manchester United is well known to have some of the well-known soccer players, right? How does it feel coming into Chicago and knowing that majority of the fans, especially for Manchester United, will be Latino community coming out? How does it feel as a player coming out?
No, we love it. Like I said, I think it's really special for us to come out here. Obviously, we're halfway over the other side of the world, so it's completely different. And what's always nice is, you know, sometimes when you're back home, you don't always get to see the fans from abroad and in other countries, and that's why I think we love, you know, being able to travel around in the summer, because we get to come to places and experience the fans and, you know, meet the fans and we can give love back to them, and, you know, hopefully we can put on a good show for them tomorrow night as well.